Okay, hello everyone. How's it going today? Um, my screen's really jumping. It just wants to go, go, go. Anyways, I have to just share this. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of this desire to just do more like ruin pulls and things. So if you'd like one pulled, well, feel free to leave a emoji, a comment emoji. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? It's like so much stuff in the ether. Look at my camera, even. It's like all over the place. That's really interesting. I feel like it's way worse today. I was trying to like go on. Well, I was trying to go on and do a set of pulls on like Instagram on another account for where I work, and it was just not wanting it. It's just so weird because I've done it before. Um, so it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm supposed to be on here then. Or maybe I'm just not supposed to do anything. So I guess we'll find out if anyone shows up. But I do want to talk a bit about some things, a lot of pain. I just, I'm not on Instagram, but I had the Instagram um, open from our space, and the video that showed up was of a First Nations like dancer dancing, I guess, at like the Vatican, I think is where it was. The Pope was there, and there were all these bishops, and I was just reading the like subtitles for it. Must have been like a CBC Indigenous. I think it's a CBC Indigenous like news article or coverage, and it was just really neat to read like the dancers' experience of basically sharing the culture that's like they've been trying to like eradicate for however long, right? Like that's really what was going on. Um, and he was saying how as he was dancing, he turned and he made like eye contact with like the Pope, and just see how you could feel like the pain and like I think and he's described from what I read or understood is that the Pope could also feel the pain and the dancer could feel the Pope's pain from his feeling the pain and like so forth of just all this like the atrocities and the like damage that's been done. And I feel like there's been a lot of energy coming up. I'm seeing it with people I'm talking with, experiencing it myself, even like this like rejection and abandonment energy, like a lot of this really emotional pain. And it's not a comfortable place to be. Super not comfortable. Um, and just really like sitting with this emotion lately and what does it mean and how does it show up, and most importantly like what's the root of that like experience, what has happened to you in your childhood, um, that's like led to these feelings of rejection or abandonment, these wounds, like these core wounds that I think a lot of times like we don't think about it, especially, if you haven't come from a background with like a lot of like really extreme situations or events happening. It might be harder to think, oh, well, like my life seemed pretty good. But there are these moments in time where we experience not feeling loved, not feeling accepted for who we are, from like our caregivers, from friends and family, whoever it might be. And so I feel as though this like collective pain of like not being accepted for who we are or who we'd like to be, because we don't always know who we are exactly, like especially that age or like younger ages. But even now maybe sometimes, but let's be honest, But this sense that like it is possible that there is a healing that's like taking place internally in like the subjective level, and also on this external objective kind of like collective level of the consciousness of all like humanity. And it just really hit home for me when I saw this dancer, being able to like go there and just thinking of like the courage it takes even to enter into a place where like the mindset of the people who primarily operate there has been like carrying on this like racism or this sense of separation is really, I guess, what I want to say about it. But that requires a lot of courage. And so same for you, like whatever you might be going through, whatever these feelings might be, it does require a lot of courage to sit with that emotion or those feelings and like the discomfort. But it is possible to dive into like the root of it all. So let's just pull a rune or two or whatever. Last time I was doing these pulls on here, oh my gosh, like another rune totally just came out of my hand at the same time. It was so weird. Just a collective rune. And we'll see what it says. What do the gods want us to know? No. This Laguz. This came last time. It's upside down. I'm getting the sense of like, like sometimes we can bury our like pain or bury the things that are really not like the things that have hurt us. It's easier for us to just like forget about it and to not want to contemplate it or to be with it. It's like, how can we become these humans who accept even some of the strongest pieces of hate or anger? It doesn't mean we have to like be in the experience or the like physical environment or to receive it and be like, oh yeah, like I need to just take this. Like, no, especially when it's like abuse. Like that's not love. But how can we come from a place of like non-judgment? Hey, Crystal, if you want to ruin, you can let me know. How can we come from a place of like non-judgment and acceptance of some of these pains and these things that are happening or have happened, and create healthy boundaries around it at the same time? So whatever you might have been bearing that's really painful, dare I say, if you want to lift it all up. Okay, I'll pull you a rune in a bit, Crystal. You don't have to, but we're going to just use that energy of Laguz to be willing to dive into that discomfort with love and a sense of acceptance for you, acceptance of yourself, of the situation, knowing that you can't change everything, but, having that like sense of serenity to like surrender to whatever it might be. So you just breathe in that energy, Laguz. Laguz. And right in the heart, maybe feeling it. It's releasing. Laguz. The more we can open up our heart, even in the pain, the more love we can receive. So yeah, that was just a collective ruin. We'll get one for Crystal here. If we get the same ruin as last time, Crystal, I'll be surprised. And yet I won't be surprised, because let's be honest how things work. Okay, gods, what would you like for Crystal? Oh, one almost rolled right off the table. We have Winjo. So I have to like sit with it and look at it for a minute. Maybe there's a sense of like not wanting to be seen. Almost like, again, that's like a giving up of, or surrendering, almost like, but yeah, more giving up of being seen. And, I mean, I know you personally, so I can talk on things that I know that you've been like putting yourself out there and that. But like right now, if there's this desire for you to like, maybe you're kind of feeling like this need to like just like give up around how you want to show up or be seen, it's really an encouragement for you. Like acknowledge that and sit with what that is. There's usually like a fear around it, like kind of tying into that whole abandonment stuff around or the rejection energy, like not being accepted for who we are. And so sometimes it's easier to just be like, you know what, I fucking give up. Like, especially when like say families like beat you down for like, or people in your life that like beat you down for who you are and like all these things. It's easier to just sometimes be like, okay, I just throw in the towel. I don't have to worry about it. If I don't try to show up as my like authentic self, then like whatever, it's easier because then I don't have to deal with like this pushback. I'm gonna have to pull a card for you here too, Crystal. Sorry, it's telling me. It tells me things, whatever it is. Oh my god. When I say it's just something. Don't throw your flag down. Have you ever heard that song, White Flags by Dido? White Flag, Dido. Check that song out. Yeah, check that song out. I'm gonna copy the link if I can copy it. I don't know. I'll try to send it to you later because I bet you need to listen to that. Okay, anyways, let's pull a card from these card decks. Crystal Earth Warrior card deck was calling. Oh, and we'll just do the Winjo too. Okay, you just pay attention to the energy because I forgot. Winjo. How can you turn that surrender, giving up into a win for you? Like winning yourself, winning that acceptance of self, no matter what other people think or want to do or say. Card for Crystal. Guys. These rune readings just turn into a card reading. Okay. It's like there's one of those there. Oh, interesting. I am not sure how to pronounce this properly, but Ichel, medicine of the rainbow jaguar. These aren't my cards, so I don't know everything. I have to read from the book, but obviously this is a powerful looking card. It's like this very powerful, to me, seems feminine energy. Butterfly at the head, healing, these feathers growing out, like expanding into this place of like continued growth, connecting to like that like sacral with you can see how her hands are like creating this sort of pyramid shape. I wonder if it would be beneficial to lay like that. You got the jaguar like medicine, which is very like magic, like sorcery is how I interpret that. So it's like that's all within you, Crystal, all that energy. But I need to like slow down. There's like a healing happening. I need to slow down. And I think laying down and holding your hands like this over your like sacral or like your pubic bone and stuff will be helpful. 13. the energy of the collective consciousness of the plants. Yeah, really connecting to that womb, that like womb space, that energy of like the earth. The earth is like our mother, is our connection. That's where the plants grow. There's something all about that. Anyways, let's just read a bit about what this says. Itchel, goddess of the rainbow light, is responsible for sending rain to nourish the crops, ensuring fertility and life. She overturns her divine womb and allows sacred, life giving rain to fall into the soul, promoting growth. The rainbow light of Itchel is an oracle of renewal. This is your sign that all is in accord with your life and that new beginnings shall stem from the past, that there is power to create and that what is beautiful, necessary and healing shall flow to you and through you into the world. Jaguar says here about being able to like basically hold power throughout all the dimensions, going into the darkness without fear, to see clearly through chaos, to evade and to destroy. It's fierce, decisive, powerful, and irreversible, which is what you are. You know this, Crystal. Itchel protects you now as you transition from one life phase to the next. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you on how to use great power with wisdom to nourish only what is worthy. I like that. Sometimes we don't always just take the things that are, we'll take everything, but not the things that really are worthy or that like value us. Using jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. So here's something you can say out loud. The rainbow light brings me healing, blessing, and spiritual grace now, according to unconditional divine love. The Divine Mother brings me all that I need with such generosity and wisdom. And jaguar medicine honors my soul in divine love now. I like that. Anyways, okay. So yeah, just breathe that in. There's a lot of things in this, but I can send you a picture of the book even. Anyways, thanks, Crystal. Maybe that's why I need to go on here to read that for you. But yeah, I think there's this really intense stuff happening right now for everyone. Seeing it a lot. I'm experiencing it myself. And just remember too, this came to me as I was on the toilet. Toilet. And water does like the weirdest things to me. Like it doesn't even matter. But it was like this knowing of like, oh my gosh, like I don't have to connect to another person for love. Like I can literally just connect to spirit, like this within aspect, like God, this source that's flowing through and like out of us and within us and all these things, right? Like all the time. And like it really hit me as I was on the toilet. Really hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's what that feels like again. How come I forgot it? How can I continue to choose that like sense of connection to spirit instead of trying to chase people or things or experiences or whatever? And it's just so, it was like calming. It like just brought this like state of presence. So yeah, wherever people might be, just know that you're not alone and this too shall pass, like I said last time. But yeah. Anyways, gonna get back to client things. So I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.